I'm happy to be talking to my guy, my homeboy, Deontay Wilder, former heavyweight champion of the world, joining us right here on the Rich Eisen Network. What's up, champ? How you doing, man?
I'm doing well, doing very, very well. How about yourself?
Man, I can't complain at all, man. Let me ask you a question. What's it like for you being in Vegas, fight weekend, and you're not fighting?
It's a feeling where you still get those. Well, I don't get nervous when I fight, but you feel that intensity with all the hype of the fight and the fans and all the training that came along with it, the preparation. You just want to do the right thing. So even when you ain't fighting as a fighter, you still feel that somewhat of pressure or intensity to get up in there and just want to get ready to feel the energy of the crowd. You ready to do your thing, and especially when you know the person and you got emotional ties to it. You still feel that feel nervousness for him and different things like that. But overall, it's always excitement and adrenaline running through the body.
How does it affect your personal life, though, Deontay? It's almost like you're 6'7", you're a tall dude, and boxing fans know you, they love you. Is it hard to navigate through the crowds when you're walking through the casinos? You got to stop. Everybody wants a picture. Got drunk fans coming up, maybe even trying to want to challenge you or whatnot. How is that for you?
Yeah, it gets crazy for sure. With me, I think I have a different experience than some people. I can't speak on all. But my experience is always, people always, they at first they're hesitant. They know who I am. They're hesitant because of what I do, and they haven't seen me in the realms of outside of the ring. Every time they've seen me or somewhat, either I'd have been in the ring knocking someone out, or maybe I've been somewhere else and they've never been able to get so close to witness my personality outside of the ring. I'm different outside of the boxing atmosphere than when I'm in it. Still the same person, but when I'm in the ring, I'm just a different beast. Now, outside of the ring, I'm a great guy. But, you get a lot of people, they're standoffish. A lot of people wait till others come up to me to see how I will react to one. And then when they see my personality with one, then they come up. And everyone else try to interact, and when they say, "Oh man, he's cool," boom, boom, boom. Everybody run in and different things like that. But with me, I always take my time out for people. I always, even when I have security, and they sometimes you be in a rush and you have to go to point A to point B. But with me, if I pass you, you want a picture, I'm stepping out of my way. Telling security, let me, take this picture, and so forth and so on. I'm a type of person that I never meet strangers like my mother. You never know if I interact with a person whether I know them or not. Because, just as well as you're happy to see me, I'm just as happy to see you.
Hey.
And that's how I treat people. You do unto others as you want them to do unto you.
I will say you are a nice guy, but it is smart as hell for people not to run up on you because they know what their right can do. They know that you can knock their ass out if you needed to or whatever, man. So you are a really good guy, man. Deontay Wilder joined us here on the Rich Eisen Show. So Deontay, there are boxing matches, as you know, and then there are events. Like I was talking about, this is an event. Spencer Crawford is a huge fight where non-boxing fans are interested. What are you looking forward to the most out of tomorrow's fight?
Tomorrow's fight, I'm just looking forward to the most of so many people all over the world, whether it's stateside or whether it's countryside, coming hand in hand and joining together just to have a great time, great moment in time at this event. It's so much chaos and corruption going on in the world. And I just want to see a whole bunch of people from different cultures to gather around and see, to come to one special event, to see a special fight occur in history, and everyone come out safely and everyone goes back home as well as the same way that they came. That's exactly what I want to see, because the fight itself, it's going to be a treat for whether you're going for either side. I feel boxing wins overall, the fans wins overall, so it's just going to be a hell of a fight, and I'm looking forward to it. But my prayer, most of all, is that everybody come with great spirit, great energy, positive believing, positive speaking, and with all the positivity equals positive results. You know what I mean? And that's what I want ultimately.
We're going to have you run for mayor of Tuscaloosa pretty soon, Deontay, man. Like, you sound, I like, man, this kumbaya, man, this spirit. I'm going to have TJ send you some of his candles over there, man, because you got this good zing going on right now, man. Hey, but you know what? A lot of people, like non-boxing fans, you want to add, boxing wants to add their fans, right? Boxing may not be what it used to be in the 80s, maybe the 70s, 80s, and 90s when Tyson was there or whatnot, but we still have these big fights, like your showdowns with Fury, big fights. For Floyd fights, that's always been a big fight. This is a showdown, right? So is there added pressure for a boxer to not only have a good bout to win the fight, but also put on a show when non-boxing fans are watching so that you can win them over in fights like this?
Yeah, I would say so. I would say it definitely added pressure, but depends on how experienced you have been at the top. It kind of eases it a little bit. If you'd have done this many times, fighting for titles, seeing different crowds, going to different countries and stuff like that, it becomes a little bit easier. But if this is your first big rodeo, and you don't know what to expect, it can be a bit of pressure because you want to do well. You want to do everything that you've been preparing for this very moment in time, and you know that the world is watching, so you don't want to let no one down. Especially your loved ones and the ones that's close to you. And it definitely becomes added pressure to it. So, that what makes it worth the while, in the end, when you become victorious. And you look around and like, man, I accomplished everything. And it was a good time. And even if your goals don't be met, you can always say, man, we live to see another day, and it was a great moment in time, and we made history as well. So, overall, it's a beautiful thing when you're the fighter and people come to see and witness your greatness. I always say we all have greatness in us, but greatness is only determined by service.
Absolutely. A fight of this magnitude, you also want to live up to expectations, and a lot of people have high expectations on this fight because you got two of the best pound for pound, maybe the top two pound for pound out there right now, undefeated welterweight champions on the line, fighting in their prime right now. So it seems divided. I can ask one person who they got, they'll say Errol Spence, but, and the other person will say Terence, but. So it's not something that's just like all in on either fighter. So who you got and why?
Yeah, I'm going with Spence. I'm going with Errol. That's my guy. That's my stablemate. He's been supporting me since the beginning, and I'm reciprocating the love right back to him. Both of them guys are great fighters. We can't take nothing from them, and I'm glad that this fight is officially and finally happening. After all the years of just waiting in the anticipation to be announced what is to happen. So, but yeah, I gotta go with my guy. Most of the time I'm on the fence with certain fights and stuff like that. Not that sometimes I really don't really care about who wins. I just want to see a great fight, and I want to see these guys leave and go home to their families at the end of the night. As a fighter, looking in, because we risk our lives for others' entertainment all the time. And people brush that aside because they want to feed their flesh and need, or they want to see someone get beat up or fight. But we risk our lives, and that's the ultimate price that we pay. And I appreciate all fighters that step across that ring.
Absolutely, man. When you go in, you give it your all, man. You are. Let me talk about you a little bit too, because we expect big things out of Spence and Bud tomorrow. But for yourself, man, and we like to see you in the ring too, because you got that one hitter quitter knockout power right there. But I understand you got into boxing late, where everybody else, they start their boxing career when they basically come out of diapers and they put boxing gloves on. They get into the ring. You didn't start boxing until you were 20.
Yeah, 21. Absolutely.
What the hell were you doing up until what were you going to be doing before boxing?
Well, being in Alabama, we always saw football, basketball, mostly football, and you wanted to follow the crowd. You seen the hype, the school pride that people would bring all over. Especially when we're fighting for, we're playing against rival teams, and you always want, as a child, when you see all the hurrah and you see the excitement, you always want to be a part of greatness. You know what I mean? You want to be a part of why people get excited and want to cheer for you and your name and represent your family and do it well. So being in Bama, that was that's what I was leaning towards and my goals of following until I had a daughter in college who was born with spina bifida, and she just turned my life upside down. And she was the prime source of my life and the reason I lived. And so I told her that Daddy would become a heavyweight champion and support her beyond her belief. And I haven't let her down.
That's amazing. That's amazing, man. And you haven't let anybody down, man. We're very proud of you, especially in Alabama, around the world, in the boxing community, man. Once again, for everything you do, helping out your foundation with your beautiful fiance, Telly, and what you guys do with WAGs and whatnot over there. So we really appreciate everything you're doing. Growing up in Alabama, we're very proud of that as well, Tuscaloosa. But you went to Central High School. I just want to let you know, I was in Bessemer. I used to live in Bessemer. I went to Jess Lanier High School, which is now Bessemer High School. You know we used to whip y'all ass, right, in football. I'm just saying, right? Big time rival.
Yeah, you're right about that, man. They used to say our ass up, that's for sure.
As long as you can acknowledge that, champ, that's all I wanted to hear. That's all I wanted to hear, man. Shout out to Bessemer, shout out to Tuscaloosa, shout out to you, man. Enjoy this weekend. Before I let you go, you last fought last year. When are we going to see Deontay Wilder back in the ring, and are we going to see it against Anthony Joshua? Who are we going to see it against?
Yeah, we was lining up for a fight for Andy Ruiz. We were actually going to announce it on this card, Errol Spence card and stuff, but Ruiz backed out, and so we sit and wait. Now with Joshua, we'll fight Joshua, and it's looking to be scheduled in January in Saudi Arabia. So. So far as on the boxing tip of things, that's looking like that'll be the next fight.
Saudi Arabia. Don't sound like somebody getting big payday over there, bro. Saudi Arabia just handing out money. They getting busloads of money, bro. Deontay, man, appreciate your time, man. Enjoy Vegas this weekend. Have fun, and we're looking forward to a great fight tomorrow night.
Man, blessing. Likewise, fellas. I hope y'all have a beautiful rest of the day, and love, peace, and God bless.
All right. Love, peace, and happiness to you too, man. All right, bro.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.